You were one great queen of mean, Audrey. You were totally believable as a villain. After all, jealousy is a powerful motivator. The sleeping spell you cast over Auradon was pretty fitting, considering your mom is Sleeping Beauty. But we had to wonder why you cast that aging curse on Mal. Surely putting her to sleep would have been more effective at keeping her from beating you. Why is that the spell you decided to use? In Descendants 3, Audrey cast a spell that made Mal turn into a feeble old woman. There are a lot of reasons why Audrey didn't just put Mal to sleep. Keep watching to find out why. Audrey's history. Audrey is the daughter of Aurora and Philip. She grew up as a princess, so she had a lot of expectations about her life. Her grandmother, Queen Leah, definitely spoiled her. Leah made it clear that she expected Audrey to marry a king and become a queen. And since Audrey was the same age as Ben, it was pretty easy to figure out who she should marry. She and Ben were close from a very young age. In Descendants 3, we see all sorts of pictures from their childhood. When they got older, they started dating. Ben might not have been in love with Audrey, but Audrey was definitely in love with Ben. Audrey also grew up hearing all the horrible things about Maleficent. Maleficent is one of the evilest Disney villains, and she was basically the top villain on the Isle of the Lost. Maleficent is the one who cursed Audrey's mom as a baby and turned into a dragon to fight her dad. It's no wonder that Audrey was pretty skeptical of the VKs when they arrived in Auradon. When Mal and the other VKs arrived in Auradon, Audrey was convinced that they were wicked, and she wasn't wrong.
You will go, you will find the fairy godmother, and you will bring me back her magic wand. Easy peasy.
Thankfully, Mal did the right thing at the end, but Audrey and Mal did not get along. Audrey pretended to be nice because she's a princess in Auradon, but she was suspicious of Mal. She was also upset because she could tell that Ben was into Mal. And then Ben fell under Mal's love spell, which broke Audrey's heart. It was even worse when she realized that Ben actually did love Mal. Her entire life plan was ruined. Plus, she was heartbroken. The aging spell. Audrey was super angry at the end of Descendants when Ben declared his love for Mal, so she went away for a while. Audrey returns in Descendants 3. She's convinced that Mal has ruined her life, so when Ben proposes, she realizes her chance at becoming queen is gone. Her godmother is really mean to her about not getting what she wanted.
Our family status gone.
She's so sad that her chance with Ben is gone, so she does something really extreme. She breaks into the museum to steal the queen's crown. But then she sees Maleficent's scepter and steals that too. She casts a sleeping spell over all of Auradon. She runs into Mal and casts the aging curse. Turning Mal into an old woman doesn't make a lot of sense. If Mal were asleep like everyone else, she wouldn't be a threat to Audrey. But Audrey has been super jealous of Mal since the VKs arrived in Auradon. You can see her jealousy in the curse. Audrey values appearances a lot. She's always dressed perfectly with great hair. She wanted Mal to look ugly. She sees Mal as wicked, and she wanted her to look the part. She also knew that Mal took a lot of pride in her own appearance, so aging her was humiliating. But it was also more than just jealousy. Audrey had been feeling completely out of control of her life. She had planned every moment only to have Ben fall in love with Mal. Audrey wanted Mal to feel just as powerless. Turning Mal into an old woman who could barely move was the perfect way to do that. Mal had to watch all of her friends fall under the sleeping spell and eventually turn to stone. But as an old lady, she could barely move. We can see that Audrey was still struggling with the good inside of her. She was acting out of anger and jealousy. But she could have done something a lot worse to Mal. The curse was also extra meaningful because Audrey used Maleficent's scepter. Knowing that it was her mom's magic that Audrey channeled had to hurt Mal pretty terribly. But Audrey was tempted by the power to regain control of her life. All she wanted was to be queen. Happily ever after. Audrey didn't expect Mal's curse to break so easily.
Hey! I'm me again!
Mal and Audrey had an epic showdown. Mal saved Auradon, but Audrey fell into a cursed sleep. Even though Audrey had hated Mal and threatened Auradon, Mal still did whatever she could to save her. She convinced Ben to bring Hades, who used his ember to save Audrey. Thankfully, Audrey realized she had made a terrible mistake. She was grateful for Mal saving her and realized that she wasn't truly wicked. Even Audrey's grandmother came around. Audrey admitted she was wrong, and she accepted that she wouldn't become queen. We know it won't be easy, but Mal and Audrey will be able to overcome their history and be friends. Plus, Audrey might have found her happily ever after. She and Harry Hook looked pretty cozy at the end of the movie. What spell would you cast with Maleficent's scepter? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Give this video a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to The Things. We'll see you next time.